Greetings, tribe. This is Sirgun Kaur, and today's topic that I picked is about interpreting situations as good. So, this pandemic, but as I've said before, I'm not sure if I videoed this, it's not so much the pandemic that is causing so much fear right now. It is human reaction to the pandemic. It's this feeling of needing to be confined, staying away from other people, distancing ourselves physically, which really isn't natural to human beings. All of these things are causing this time to be very difficult. And there is definitely that factor of, a threat, of a medical threat, that is also making this feel really rough. But for me, that has not been the majority of what I have been dealing with. For me, it has to do with, maybe not having the opportunities to do some of the things that I used to like doing, going out to a restaurant, going to a cafe, seeing other people, getting to go to yoga class, and really feeling like I can actually work because my two kids are home. So, I might get interrupted at any moment right now. We'll see. So all of that legitimately has been very difficult. And I have been posting, high vibing, positive stuff. That's also what's going on for me. I mean, I am fully aware that what is happening right now is not going to last forever, contains essential solutions to questions that we have all asked before. And that by the end of this, we will all have become more of what we came here to be. Should we choose to go through this in a way where we are curious as opposed to resistant. So, when you encounter something in your life and you battle it and you say it shouldn't be happening and you argue with it and you deem it wrong, you really are missing out on its message. Because what comes to you is happening for you. It's happening for this progression that you're asking for. You're asking, how do I feel more secure? How do I make more money? How do I find a mate? How do I lose weight? All these things. Now, your preferences are being heard. The universe hears your preferences. Here's the problem, though, and here's where we get stuck. We ask a question like, how do I improve my health? Okay. And then what the universe does is aligns all these things to answer that question. Now that path is going to look really different from how we think about the solution to that question, right? Because when I say, how do I, have better health? Maybe we have beliefs about we should be eating differently, or we should be moving our body more, or we should be, eating only raw stuff, or I should be on a keto diet, or whatever it is. So you have this idea of how you get to where you want to go. The universe has a completely different set of steps that are going to take you to where you're going. And these steps along the way are not going to look like the solution. So a step along the way for your health, for your greater health, might be getting really sick and appreciating your body more, paying attention to your body, getting so quiet and still in that illness that you are forced to become a different person, that you are forced to become a person who listens to their inner guidance, the person that listens when their body needs rest, okay? So that's a step along the way. So what happens to us is that we get this step, we get this illness on our way to health. And we don't see it as a step along the way to where we prefer going. We see it as an obstacle. We see that the universe has brought us something to challenge us or punish us, or, maybe we have no concept of spirituality at all, and it's simply this annoyance that we don't want to have to deal with. Well, all of those positions are not allowing you to step onto that step. So you take a detour. And so what was a very clear journey to where you wanted to go, which was to this more healthy feeling body is now going to be a longer process to get there, right? And maybe along that way you discover a new preference and you refine your desire for health, and now it's, not just health, but I'd really love to feel vibrant. And you refine. But all the while, there are these steps. There is this path that is taking you to where you asked. And instead of understanding that these are steps along the way, saying, thank you, universe, for my present, I understand that my illness is not a message that I am unworthy of health. It is a necessary step along the way to where I'm going. And this requires a lot of trust. And I find that trust requires experience. So for, a little while at least, you kind of have to suspend your disbelief. You have to go, you know what? I could be totally wrong. There might not be health at the end of the road for me here. And this one's a big one. So, maybe you start with something a little smaller. But you have to kind of be willing to take that leap of faith to say, it could be possible that what I want is not at the end of this journey. But to that, I would say the price you've paid then is simply to feel better in your journey. So it's not such a risky business to try and look at things as if they were evolving for you, or as if they were happening for your own evolution. Because whether it's true or not, whether you have experience with that or not, it's still a much easier path to walk. So try it. If something is happening to you right now that you're really resisting, that you think is wrong, that you think is bad, try to look at it as something good for you. Be curious about how it could be good for you. Be curious about what solution it might be bringing, what you're learning about what you want out of this life, what you desire, what your purpose is. Start asking yourself questions about this, because the way you're thinking about it, if it's feeling like punishment, if it's feeling awful, is not serving you. It's a perspective that is keeping you out of alignment, out of joy. So you don't need that perspective anymore. You don't need that belief system. You can upgrade. And this is an opportunity for that upgrade. So one of my ideas next week was to do like a live Q&A where I help you guys process some limiting beliefs in the moment as part of a call, so I can kind of practice with you, help you practice. And, if this information resonates with you and you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you want to get a complimentary clarity session with me, please comment down below and I will PM you, or you can PM me directly. And that's it for today. Thanks, Sam Bullington and Beth Ann Livtar Wise for joining. And there were a few others, but those are the only names that that Facebook shows me. So have a day full of inquiry and let me know what you come up with. All right, bye.